For me, I have to face myself and my own issues and weaknesses every time I start a piece. I think the creative process takes a lot of courage and strength and power to just push through and put it out there. And sometimes I fall short in that, you know. My name is Suanne Martin and I'm a sculptor. In my work, I like to focus on the figure. I do human portraits as well as getting into more canine portraits. And when I speak about sculpting a portrait, it is a sculpted portrait in clay from life or photographs usually, not the painted portrait. I started off as a painter in undergraduate at Kalamazoo College in Michigan, and I took one sculpture class and I was hooked. My main clay that I use is a water-based clay. It has a little bit of wax mixed into it so that as it dries, it can have sort of a real nice leathery sense to it, and you get a sharper line, a finer detail. If I haven't met the person, I use photographs, stories about the person, what he was like, what his character was like, his or her. To me, much more important to pull out and distill the essence of the person and create out of a patchwork, a whole quilt, so to speak. Yeah. Every once in a while, people who see my work say immediately, oh my God, it looks alive, or it's got a life to it, you know? In something that's kind of inert is what I'm always striving for, and that's, if I hit that, I'm more than happy. I make a lot of my own tools. This one is one of my favorites. It's basically a wooden dowel with some guitar wire and then wrapped with some thinner wire to create a rake tool. And it creates a texture, and it doesn't like slide over the clay. It actually pulls the clay in specific directions. And you can make them with loops or triangles, whatever you need. If everything is sort of on one plane, it's a little monotonous. The more you bring things into relief, a higher relief, and you have more of a darker shadow, the more things sort of like pop out at you, and it sort of adds a little bit of life to it. It's a very subtle difference, but once you understand that, it makes all the difference in the world, in the work, because you're not cutting into something. It's an additive process, like, you know, sort of like a seed coming up through the earth, just pushing through. That's sort of what's happening in a face too. These bones are pushing through, the skin is on top, everything's sort of adding on top of each other. And it does make a difference in the piece. What I enjoy about sculpting dogs is their relationship to their people. Not only themselves, but the bond that we have with dogs is very deep and very pure. So when somebody asks me to sculpt a portrait or memorial of their dog, it's a very, very potent emotional thing. And I understand that because I'm a dog owner, a dog lover. So it's from the heart, and I love to tap into things from the heart and create from there. I don't want to just be creating another thing that's going to sit out there. I mean, it really has to be more inspired and have much more creativity and reason for being than just, it's a job, you know? That's a tricky line because I want to feel like I have done my job well. But it is sort of like, kind of like giving birth, you know? It's hard, it's arduous, but once it's out there and you're happy, you know, it's a happy day.